Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. I am Rue, and today we are testing out everything from the September Eyescream box. We are creating this look, and I'm going to give you my unfiltered opinions on everything that came in the September box. I'm super excited to start playing, so let's go ahead and jump right in. Hey guys, so today we are testing out everything in my September Eyescream Beauty Box. And I finally am onto a new primer. It's the same primer, it's the Morphe one. I'm finally onto a new one, which is exciting. So I'm just gonna go ahead and prime the eyes. I have one more of these ones. This one's empty, and then I've got to try something new, but that should last me like forever. So I'm just gonna prime the eyes here. I'm pretty excited about this month's box. None of the items kind of make me unsure about if I'll like them or not. I mean, obviously I have to test them out, but I've been wanting a new mascara, so I'm really excited for that. The eyeshadow palette is a really cute autumn color story, which I'm excited about. I think the only thing that I might not really use a lot is the blush brush. I'll show you the size comparison when we get to it of it versus the blush brush I currently use. It's pretty big. We're gonna try it out for what it says it's for today. Everything else I'm decently excited for. But we're gonna, of course, start with the eyes. So this is the Lonely Scarecrow palette. So this shade, it's seeping some oil. It did come in broken, but it looks like it pressed back in okay. So as long as I can still use the shade, I'm not super worried about it. Obviously, I'm not super happy that one of my shades came in broken, but it did press back in. So if it works, it is what it is. So I kind of want to test that shade out today, but also I have to keep in mind that I'm using this eyeliner, which is a plum shade. So I'm like, should I go with reds? Because plum and red will look cute together. Give me a second to think. Gosh, I don't know what I want to use because I really want to try it. We're going to do using every single shade in the palette soon enough. So I'm just going to play. We're going to start with Patch and Autumn. I also want to see if the black works well, but I'll just use a tiny bit of it for deepening. Let's also go in with Straw because I kind of want to use Raggedy and those will go well together. So we're going to use Straw, Patch, Autumn, and Crows for mattes. So I'm going to start with Straw, and I'm actually going to use this pretty dense, kind of thick pencil looking brush. Pigment seems okay right from the get-go, which I'm not mad at. I'm pleased with so far. Again, this is just the first dip. Okay, I want to pull that under my lower lash line as well, so I'm just going to go in with this angled brush, and I'm just placing it. I'm not sure, I don't even know if this is what I want to do, but I keep forgetting I have to use that plum shade, but it'll be fine because I'm not pulling it out too far. All right, let's go in to Patch next, which was that orangey peachy shade. And I just want to place that right beside the yellow shade. That's a pretty color. And it is building up nicely. Ooh, actually, I think I might put Harvest on the lower lash line. That might be cute. Yeah, I like this shade. That's cute. And these shades blended way seamlessly, which they shouldn't be hard shades to blend, but I still like to mention that. Okay, and then just with that same brush, I'm just wiping the excess product off. I'm going into Autumn, which is that really beautiful burgundy shade. And I'm just popping it in a little bit of a C shape. The mattes are performing like pretty well. I have no complaints. They remind me of a lot of the palettes that I currently have in my collection. This is a brand I've never tried before, but so far, no complaints. Again, these shades blended together pretty seamlessly. The product didn't wipe away. I hate when I'm blending and the products just kind of fluff away. Now these aren't pastels, so usually it's pastels that are the trickiest to have stay how you want them. But I will say that that performed pretty well. It's kind of the level that I expect my products to work, which I'm happy with. We're gonna pop in just a little bit of black. I just need a small brush. Based on the performance of everything so far, I expect the black will be really nice and pigmented. I'm going in, I already picked it up, but I'm going in with this small pencil brush, and I just want to place that over on this edge. Yeah, that looks like a pretty nice black. I don't have a lot of palettes with black in my collection. I think I've got 2 off the top of my head, plus I have the Smoke Show palette, or Blow and Smoke. I think it's Blowing Smoke from ColourPop. All right, and I'm just blending that black together into that burgundy. I'm just picking up one little tiny dot of the black again. See, it didn't take much for that black to kind of take over, but that's what I'd expect from a black. The black should be very pigmented and you shouldn't need a lot of it to get the results you want, so I'm happy with that. I am gonna go back into Autumn and just try and make just up here a little bit more red from that black, and I think that looks pretty cute. I'm really pleased with the performance of the shades so far. They do have quite a bit of kick up in the pan, but like I wouldn't even say it's excessive. To me, most of my really good pigmented shadows have pretty much the same kind of kick up. All right, we're gonna go into some NYX glitter glue. I always use some sort of glitter primer when I'm using shimmers. And we're gonna put that all over the lid. And I also want to pull it on my lower lash line because I do want to use that pink shade Harvest. That's super pretty. It's definitely a pop of something different in this palette because realistically, I don't know how I'd use it with a lot of these colors, but I like that it's there for me to try. I think it's a really fun pop. Like if you look at the palette, here I'm just gonna finish my glitter primer first. So if you look at the palette, you have the yellow that goes with the yellows, the reds, the oranges, the red that goes with the oranges and yellows, the greens that are gonna go with the greens, the browns. This one, it doesn't quite go with anything except maybe the red, but like I still think it's gonna work with the colors. It's just not as obvious as the rest of it. So this palette, it gives you some nice easy choices that feel like, oh yeah, of course these will go together, but it also gives a little pop of, how should I use this? Which I kind of like. So I'm going into Harvest just on my angled brush just to pop that on the lower lash line. I think that's really cute. I still don't know how it's gonna look with that plum on my waterline, but so far, I think that's a pretty nice shimmer. All right, we're gonna go in just with that first brush that I put the glitter primer on with. And actually, no, sorry. We're gonna start with Raggedy, which is that shade that came in Broken, that yellow one. And I'm just gonna pick it up. It seems to be picking up okay. And I want to pop that on the inner corner and pull it up. Oh, it's kind of got a green shift to it. Okay. That's kind of unexpected, but in a good way. It's not really laying down on my inner corner the way I wanted it to. Oh, maybe I got it. I think I just had to layer it a little bit more. I think for having to have pressed it back into place and everything, I think it's working pretty good. Yeah, okay. I'm not mad at that. We're going to go into, all right, so this was under my eye. This is what I put on the inner corner, and I want to put Leaves. I think that looks like a really pretty shade on the rest of my lash line, on the rest of my eyelid. Leaves, oh, it looks beautiful. I can't wait to see it on the eye. Yeah, I really like that red. That is beautiful. Okay, I also think I actually want to go in back to Harvest, and I want to put that on my brow bone as well. So I'm just gonna go in with this, it's like kind of a fluffy but flat brush, and I'm just gonna pick up a little bit of Harvest. Now that's just gonna be a little pop, and I'm just pulling that. Yeah, we'll clean it up properly after, but let's go ahead and try out the Illuminati Cosmetics Multi-Chrome Gel Liner. This one is in Air, like H-E-I-R. Does it say the shade name on the... Okay, that part I don't like. It does not say the shade name on anywhere on the actual product, which I'm not a fan of, because how do I tell you guys what it is unless I keep the box? We're gonna test it out. See if I can build it up more. I feel like I'll put it on and then it'll rub off with my next line of shade, you know? Yeah, I feel like I just can't get it on the waterline. It does swatch okay, but I don't know why it's not going nicely on the waterline. I feel like multi-chromes either are really good or really bad. I'm not really impressed with this one. That's too bad. I was actually very excited about this product, but it's not. I mean, I guess it's kind of there. Okay, I'm gonna try out the smudger. Honestly, I can't tell how I feel about this product yet. I just feel like it's not going on as intensely as I like it on my waterline. It's okay. I'm gonna have to keep testing this guy out here. Let's move on. So, oh, mascara. Let's try that out. Okay. Seems to be applying pretty nicely. Actually, I don't mind this at all so far. I think I like this better than my current one. I think I'd use this one if I'm not wearing eyelashes, like falsies. And then I will use up my e.l.f. one if I'm wearing falsies anyways. Because it does really lengthen. Like, I think I'll probably skip lashes today because this is pretty decent. Okay. I'm going to go in with the brush here, just to make sure no clumps are hanging out. It definitely is a lengthening mascara. So far, I don't mind this one. Okay, I am going to hop off and do the other eye up to this point. I'll put my face makeup on and probably do my highlighter and set, because I think I'm going to use my Moon Slice Beauty highlighter, which is a cream. We're going to come back and I'll test out the blush brush and the lip products, and that'll be it for today's video. So I'll be right back in a flash. Okay guys, I'm ready to test out the rest of the products. I did just quickly want to let you know what I did while I was off camera. So I went ahead and primed my face using my very almost empty e.l.f. Sun Touchable primer. I do have a backup of this because I love it. I bought it a while ago. And then I went in with my e.l.f. Soft Glam Satin Foundation. I went in with this duo for concealer. So this one is the e.l.f. Camo Hydrating Concealer in Light Sand, and this one is the Juvia's Place Concealer in 24. I went in with my Moon Slice Beauty highlighter, although I feel like my setting powder that I've been using now is a little heavier than before because I can't really see it. So maybe I need to apply more. I'm not really sure, but I feel like I can't really see it with the setting powder. For setting powder, I used my Wet n Wild Loose Setting Powder, the Photo Finish one in translucent. And that is all I did. So we are going to finish everything up. I just need to test out the blush brush, and I wanted to use one of my Be Bella Blushed Color Quads. So I'm going to show you a quick comparison. This is what I usually use for blush. It's like at least 3 times the size. We're gonna try it. We're gonna try it. Maybe I've been doing my blush wrong this whole time. Because the highlight didn't show up super well, I want to go in with one of the shimmers, and I was thinking classy. So let's give this big old brush a try. Oh gosh, I'm nervous. Okay. Okay, but why isn't it applying over top of where I put the highlight? Like, I'm getting a line. Do you see that? Just gonna work on the blend. Let's just do the other side. We will see. I don't think I like this giant brush. I think it's too big for my face. Maybe it'll work for setting powder instead. I feel like I should give it a couple more tries with applying brush. Oh my gosh, with applying blush. I can't tell how I feel about that one yet. Well, we'll talk about it at the end. Let's go ahead and do my lips. So these are in the shade Chic. They're by Appeal Beauty. We'll start with the lip liner. It feels pretty creamy, but not too creamy, you know? I don't think I have this color, like a shade like this, in my collection at the moment. I think it's pretty. I actually quite like it. It's giving like a mauve, like a dirty pink in a good way. Doesn't really have much of a scent, which I'm good with. Let's find out if it dries down. Just gonna leave it for a couple minutes here. I'm gonna hop off, finish getting ready, and I'll come back and give you my final thoughts, and I'll let you know if that lip dried down after a few minutes. Okay guys, we are back and I'm ready to give you my first impressions of everything on the box. We're gonna start with the Lonely Scarecrow palette since it's the first thing I used in the video. I was thoroughly impressed with this. I thought that the mattes performed really beautifully. They blended well, they built up well. I really don't have any issues with patchiness. The fallout was pretty minimal on my face, and I never tap the brush off. I'm terrible for that. So I personally never judge fallout really, but the fallout was pretty minimal anyways. The shimmers were really pretty. I love leaves. Raggedy was a really pretty twist. I wasn't expecting it to kind of have like I don't think it shifts, but it has like green specks in it, which I love. It's really beautiful. There is some oil spillage, but I know some products just do that. That's nothing to really worry about. And of course, as I did mention, it did technically come in broken, but the fact that I pressed it back in and it still performed, in my opinion, really beautifully. I am super happy with the palette. I can't wait to do my using every shade in this palette because this green looks stunning, and I want to give this one a little more of a moment itself. This one also looks really fun. I don't know. I'm super excited to play with it. So I only really haven't played with the greens yet. I used everything else today, but I'm still super excited to dip into this palette for a few more looks coming soon. So yeah, this one is super cute. I'm really impressed with it. I'm super happy to have this in my collection. It exceeded my expectations. When I saw the color story and everything, I thought it would be cute, but I did not expect to be kind of blown away by the quality and the color story and just how beautifully everything worked together. Super happy with this product. The next item I used was, where'd it go? I have the box. There was something cool I wanted to show you guys though about it. Okay, so this was the Illuminati Cosmetics Multi-Chrome Gel Liner in Plum. I wasn't overly impressed with how it lined my lids. It feels a little bit like if you apply it, like color it on like I do with my ColourPop ones, it kind of wipes the product away. I'm going to test it out a little bit more before I give my final opinion on this one, but I didn't like how hard it was to get the product to line up. I don't really know how I feel about the smudger yet. It worked okay, I think, but I think I'll have to like just do a little bit more test with that. But one thing I realized is another piece pops off, and this I think is a little sharpener for cream gel liners, so that if you want this to be nice and sharp, I think you can sharpen it. So I kind of want to test it out. I'm a little nervous, but I noticed that when I was doing my second eye. Yeah, oh, that is cool. Oh, it just broke it. Well, that was exciting, but I'm not going to try again because it just broke off like a chunk of my product. Now I'm trying to get it out. In theory, it's a cool idea. Not that I've ever felt like I had to sharpen them because I use them on my waterline. Maybe if you use them for something else, sharpening them would be useful. Either way, I was excited until I tested it and it just broke it. So in theory, good idea, but less exciting after trying to execute. This one, I will keep you guys posted on once I've tried it out a few more times. I'm going to probably print off a little sticker with the name on it so I don't forget, because I don't want to keep the box forever. So that's product number 2. The next product was my Megafy Lengthening Mascara. I was pretty impressed with this. I think it lengthens really well. I think it makes my lashes look really pretty. There really wasn't a lot of clumping, but if there was, you get this guy here, and I did test it out a little bit just for funsies, but like there wasn't a ton of clumping. It wasn't too watery. I didn't accidentally get it on like my eyelid or like lower lash line area. I didn't need to do any cleanup with it. And I think it performed really pretty. So I'm going to keep testing this one out as well. I'll probably mostly use this when I don't feel like wearing lashes because I think it does perform better than my current e.l.f. one. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with this mascara so far. Blush brush. I have to keep testing it to decide. I think it's quite big for what I'm used to, but maybe I could get used to something like this. End result, I think it did end up looking pretty. Like I don't really have much complaints once I did get it blended and how I wanted it. So I do want to keep testing this one out, and I don't think it performed badly. It picked up the product well. It's really nice and soft, and it seemed like the product mostly went on the tip and then the rest of it kind of helped blend it. So in theory, I think I could like this one. I just want to try it out a little bit more because it's not what I'm used to. Usually I just pack the product on with this, blend it out quite a bit, and then use my powder brush to finish blending. But so far, I'm not against it. And then we have the lip liner. I really liked the color. This is the Appeal Gel Liner in Chic. I really liked the color. I thought it went on really nicely. It wasn't super messy. No complaints with this one. I think it's really cute. I will have to test it out with some other lip products just to see what I think fully. But so far, no complaints with that guy. And then for the Ultra Cream Liquid Lipstick, this one, I like the color. It doesn't dry down and it's a little sticky, which I'm super picky about lip products, so take this with a grain of salt. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it. It's not my least favorite formula I've tried so far. I haven't done like a wear test or anything. It did not dry down, and I personally prefer a full dry down on my lip, but I do think the color is pretty. It doesn't feel super heavy or uncomfortable. There is a little sticking, but not excessively, so I could probably like get good use out of this still without it driving me absolutely crazy, because certain textures on my lips bug me. But I think all in all, it's not going to be a fave, but it's also not going to be something that doesn't get used in my collection, so not too bad. But I'm really happy with this box, so yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down below. Let me know if you got the box, if you want to get the box. If you want to get the box, check my description box. I have a link that I think saves you either a percentage or $1 off, and I think it goes towards me earning points. It's something anyone can sign up for. It's not like an affiliate or anything, but I can earn points towards other like free items or things like that, so it benefits us both. It's not affiliate. I don't literally get money for it or anything like that, but check out that link if you do want to try the Eyescream Beauty Box. It would help us both out a lot. And yeah, with that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video and want to see more content from me in the future, feel free to hit that subscribe button, and thank you guys for being here. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Catch you in my next one. Bye!